Hi guys, welcome back to another game of Starcraft commentary. This is ASTL Africa Team League Season 3, and this is Game 8. And this is a series between two teams, Carariyo and AfreecaTV Heroes. And we are at the first set, guys, the opening match, and we have a PVT. We have two players, Mini, who is the Protoss at the top left position, and Royo who is the Terran at the right side of the map, the top right corner. And the map is Fighting Spirit, my favorite map. And you know, it's very disappointing to see Mini, the current reigning champion of ASL individual league, not being able to carry his team, guys. And now, actually, Carariyo with such a good lineup is down 2 losses and 0 wins, and they're at the bottom of the league. Whereas AfreecaTV has 1 win and 1 loss, and they are in 3rd place. And so we'll see if today Africa is able to pull up a win. They will be up in 2nd place, just right behind Antuktopuki. And of course, if Carariyo loses another game, they will be 3 games down, and they will be at the bottom of the league. And you know, fortunately for them, there's no relegation like soccer. But if there was relegation, they will be relegated for sure. And this is what is it? This is a Pilot first, and then immediately a probe scout from Mini, and he's so lucky because he finds Terran first, and is he going to be able to be in time to get the gas scout? He sees the Terran base, and he is. Look at this, the gas from both sides, but Royo is gonna get to 100 first, and he's gonna be able to build, even though it looks like Royo was, you know, I think just a fraction. I think he got 100 minerals first, but his SCV was not fast enough. And what else is unfortunate for Royo is because he didn't scout. He doesn't know where the, oh my god, good moving shot to kill. Oh my god, the reigning ASL champion is angry, guys. He's angry after losing two series for his team, and he's gonna get some revenge here. This probe is out for revenge, and is he going to be able to kill another SCV? That's unlikely, but you never know because it's Mini. He's the god of, you know, God knows what. But you know, anyways, he's a champion. And I was gonna say Royo was not so lucky because he didn't scout early and he didn't find Mini, and he's gonna have a tough time finding Mini because at this scout rate, I mean, it looks like Mini is either coming from the top left corner or the bottom right corner. There's no way that Mini could just, you know, run across the map in the middle and get into Royo's base. But we'll see. This first Marine is out, and the first Zealot is also out. And looks like Mini didn't take gas yet, so I think it looks like recently the meta for Protoss versus Terran is not take gas. Just take your first Zealot first, and then you can take and then you can build your gas. Or eventually, another thing you can do is you produce your first Zealot and then you immediately expand. But that is a little bit risky for this close position. And this Zealot first arrived, and very good block by the SCV. Some hit is taken on that Zealot, but the Zealot still, oh my god, it's getting into the base. It's not able to kill the one first Marine. Is, oh my god, today's Mini is quite good with his micro. He was not so good in the previous days, but anyways, the Marine back off. But I think during this time, Mini should have used the opportunity to use his probe to kill off this SV. I mean, it had the time to do it, but instead he chose to accompany his Zealot up the ramp, and that didn't pay off so well for him. And he needs to focus fire on that SCV. No, he doesn't. I think that probe should get back. Yeah, that probe and that Zealot should be focusing on this SCV instead, and he kills it. And now you should focus in that SCV that is, oh, very unfortunate. That SCV is kind of behind. Very good block and one hit, and that Zealot is gone, but he killed another good hit. That was very unfortunate for Royo. And this Zealot's gonna back down, but is this one Zealot's gonna get into the base? Yeah, it got into the base, and good block here by Royo. It's very good, fortunate for him that his SCV was under transfer when this attack happened. And now 4 Marines gonna be able to chase out this one Zealot, and the game stabilizes while Royo has expanded, and Mini has also taken his expansion. Now, as a Protoss player, I'm not so advanced with my knowledge of strategies, but it looks like during this exchange, Protoss expanded and also got his second base, but his second base behind. And actually, Royo is not so far behind in terms of supply when compared to Mini. So I wonder if that was a good choice for the Protoss to just build 3-4 Zealots and, you know, apply pressure like that. Should have he gone for just gone for a more tech route. I'm not so sure about that. And oh, that is unfortunate. Mini was not able to get the block off, and this SCV is gonna see everything. He sees that the core has not started spinning. He doesn't see the robo. He is counting the number of pylons. I was gonna say python, the number of pylons, and he sees that one pylon is well, one pylon is not missing, guys, because now Mini just have 38 supply, but he has 50 supply worth of pylons. And this SCV suspects something. He checks down here, he sees nothing. He's gonna go to the other side, and he finds the robo. He finds the robo, and what is his reaction? Is he gonna send 4 marines out? I think that's unlikely, because there are 3 zealots. There are 3 zealots on the map, and that's gonna be difficult for 4 marines to find 3 zealots. And this SCV gets killed. No, it doesn't. The SCV has full health, and the other SCV is also running around, and it's like, what is this? He's gonna go for an expansion? Oh my god, this is an interesting strategy. He goes for an expansion right after a proxy robo. I guess he's just... Is that core not gonna spin at all? And oh my god, Royo is so good. Royo says, you know, you fool me once, you may not fool me twice. But he goes back. You know what was going inside Royo's brain is probably like this, guys. He saw the robo, and he tells himself, okay, Mini knows I saw the robo, so Mini might cancel and not go for any reaver attack, and might expand instead. So I need to check for his expansion, and Mini knows that, so he moves his probe out in the right timing, and this SCV is going to go to C, but he's gonna be able to deny. But oh my god, is that probe gonna kill the SCV? That is unfortunate. And you see now, with no Dragoon range, this army is gonna be able to go out there, and they're going to target the robo. Are they going to target the robo? I hope he targets the robo. You see, I think maybe that Royo just knows Mini's playstyle, guys, and he knows that, you know, Mini likes to go for very late core Dragoon range, and now he is trying to apply a bit of pressure, and a mine hit was hitting those Dragoon. And one Wraith is out there in the middle of the map, and is looking, and now, only now, Mini goes for the Dragoon range, and this Reaver is gonna try to get in, but I think that was not a good move, because Mini knows that Royo knows. So I'm sure that he must think about, you know, but Royo just thinks so hard, man. Royo is just, you know, he's like, I don't see any troops going into my expansion, so he must be going into my main, but that was not the case. That was not the case. Mini was just slow, that's all. And he needs to pick up. Yeah, he picks up. And does he save the shuttle? He needs to save the shuttle. He doesn't, but does he gonna save the Reaver? The Reaver is saved, guys. There was no Dragoons out there, but because the Dragoons were busy protecting the third expansion, but the Reaver is saved, and Royo was not smart enough to try to go down there and hunt the Reaver with his Wraith. You see, this is the high level kind of mind games that you see often with the pro gamers, guys. So during that last exchange, I was gonna talking too fast, so maybe you didn't hear my thoughts. Royo thought that, oh, hold that thought, guy, we have a drop coming on, and the Protoss' army is completely out of position. His army is in the expansion, and these guys are getting in, and the probes are evacuated. Very lucky for Mini. He immediately got 2 Dragoons, and both of them goes down. That was unfortunate. What the heck was he doing? He's moving or what, man? But these guys coming back, and I think the Reaver is somewhere to help out or not. I guess not, at least. Okay, because now Terran has siege, but this Reaver is gonna try to go and do a dive, and they're gonna so much action happening in this game, guys. And during this exchange, I think that Mini was getting the short stick of it. He lost a lot of probes, and you know, he makes a cannon inside his expansion. I don't know if this is a good move. I always see players, both high skill and low skill players, immediately after they get dropped, they start to do cannon. I mean, I feel like that is kind of overreaction, because when, you know, the damage is already done, and these 2 vultures are trying to get in, or what? Is Mini going to block the ram? Some army is moving there. Yeah, very good scout, but Mini successfully you know, constructed his cannons. His 2 Dragoons are there, but they're trapped. They gotta be careful. And another Robos is out, And let's see
체력을 아까
here.
빼놓으면서 셔틀도 제거를 해버렸기 때문에
Oops,
대차
don't move
견제를
out so much.
또
Clearing up some mines over here, guys.
오늘 마인율이
And the
엄청
game kind
좋은데요?
of resets. Now the question is the Terran is going to take out this Robo? Yeah, because Mini cannot defend all over the place. So during this time,
가만히 막고 있기 싫거든요.
and another drop, yes, but this observer spots it. So I was gonna say to you previously that after you get dropped, you shouldn't build a cannon. But sometimes building a cannon would be a good choice, because like during this case, guys, you know, the Terran comes back, but you know, SimCity was already established, and Protoss catches the shuttle and kills three vultures with minimal losses. So he's kind of crawling back in this game a little bit, guys. If you look at the side, look at the supply, the top right corner of the screen, Mini is now an even supply with Terran. It's not so good, but it was better than before. I think Roy was just trying a bit too hard. He would, he should have scanned the base, the main first, and if he sees that there's a cannon, he should just give up. But he just tried to go for drop anyways, and now Terran is slightly gonna be on the defensive and try to set up his third base, even though he has a better supply count than Protoss. Protoss needs to think about taking his third base, I think, at this point. Yeah, very cautious there for Mini to build a second cannon at his third base. What is this pro going to do? I'm sure. Is he going to take another pylon? He might be going to looking to build another pylon in that location. Yeah, so see, continuously checking the tech, and it looks like Mini is going for that infamous fast shuttle with HDs. Is he going to build High Templars? Is he going to build Arbiters later? We'll see. But at this point, our Arbiters are not out, and Mini is gonna try to prevent the Terran from expanding to the 9 o'clock to the 3 o'clock position with his shuttles and his dragoons. But it looks like Terran is trying to move out first, or just to establish a kind of position outside. Those two Reavers got shelled. He needs to back up a little bit. 2 shuttles from Mini. That's very good. He needs to pick up the Reavers. Yeah, he picked up the Reaver, but one of them is badly damaged. The tank has a lot of army, guys. HDs are arriving. Carriers have arrived. HDs have arrived. High Templars have arrived, right? That's what you should say. But do they have energy, and is research done? And good Reaver shot is able to not kill the tank, but splash damaged it and killed 1 Goliath in the process. And Mini is gonna look out and gonna try to, what is this? It's gonna be a suicide squad. I think these two shadows are going to suicide into this base. That is a questionable decision, I think, because after it gets cleared out, Protoss won't have enough army to stop Mini's third from going up. But he's going in anyways, and he expands, and that's a very good move, because sometimes when you go for drop like this, you forget to micro and macro, and so it's very good that Mini was able to put his expansion up before he does a move like this. This is high level plays, guys. But he's gonna hit what? He needs to focus on something, either the armory or this supply depot line or the SV, but no. Wow, he did a little bit of damage, and now he's ahead in terms of supply, guys. Protoss is crawling back. Protoss takes the base at the 12 o'clock position. That is a little bit ballsy, but I guess Mini thinks he's confident that he can defend it with High Templars. And these armies are gonna move in and engage. Yeah, he moves in. He's gonna drop the High Templars. Terran needs to focus fire. No, Terran decided he's gonna back up, and more Storm. Yeah, very good Storm. He needs to have another Storm. He needs to pick up the High Templar. He needs to drop the High Templar after the tank have done their shots, guys. You know, this is high level mind games. Why when Terran is, you know, focus firing on the High Templars, and Protoss is focused on, you know, trying to make sure that you pick up the High Templar. Wow, that was so lucky. You drop the High Templar just after Terran makes their volley. So, you know, very high level kind of macro management for both players. These Dragoons are gonna get trapped here. They need to move back. They need to get support from the other Dragoons. These Dragoons are not helping. These 5 Dragoons are moving down the map. They are going to get corner. Yeah, he needs to do something, but he loses Dragoon, I guess. I guess he just says, you know, F it. I lose the Dragoons, but I'm gonna win back using something else, because I'm holding that base captive. And now he needs to get careful. Okay, these 4 Dragoons are gonna prevent this base from getting up for at least a minute, but Terran says F it, I don't care. He's moving out. He's gonna look out, and he's gonna try to attack either the 12 o'clock base or just dive right into the throat of the Terran and cut off the second base and the third base. We'll see what is the decision that is made by both players. These two shadows are going to be critical, but why is he dropping here? He should not be dropping. Very good storm. He needs to have a storm, but he needs to have it in the right moment. And he picks up the High Templars. No, he says, you know, I don't care about the High Templars after I've casted them. One good storm. Oh my God, this is snow level kind of shadow plays, guys. Very, very good. And this tank is clear out. Yeah, and Protoss hold, but he needs to think about his fourth expansion. You know, I was gonna say in the previous game, sometimes you are so focused on defending your second base that you forget about your third and your fourth base. You need to save your shadow. You need to get ready for drops, and these vultures are gonna move up, and all that they find is gonna be a reaver, so that is okay for the moment. But Terran is gonna try to resupply and to attack the fourth base of the Protoss. Oh wait, you see, let's check the fourth base. Let's check the fourth base. What is on the fourth base? This battle is also very interesting to see, but the fourth base has some stuff happening as well. And these tanks get clear out, but splash damage for the win. Splash damage for the win, and these tanks get clear out. But where was the reaver? There was one reaver here, and I was gonna say to you, you know, sometimes Protoss, you're just so focused on clearing out your expansion that you forget about your other bases, and that is not good. And anyway, splash damage is going to clear out these tanks, and they are going to be able to clear out the SCVs and the vultures, and the game kind of resets. But you know, he has no bases here. And this shadow, yeah, this area is able to clear out, and Terran is kind of dry out, but he's going to expand his third base right now because these Dragoons kind of move out. I don't know where they went, they just kind of disappeared. I think there was one time when they kind of moved to the Terran second base, and they were destroyed there, I think. And now Terran is pushing up. Those Dragoons and hit Terrans are pushing up into the 12th base. There was one Reaver here, but these probes are transferred at the wrong time. He needs to either evacuate the probe or do something because this base is gone. Is this base gone? I'm not sure. Anyways, he evacuates the probe. He needs to cancel that. And one drop of the Reavers is going to do wonders here. Come on! Good drop. Very good drop. That Reaver has a 6th kill on him. Another one. No, this is a dud. This is a dud. And some blue ghouls over there. Somebody died. And the game continues. And Protoss is hanging on by the teeth, guys, just a slight advantage. But anyways, Terran is mined out. Terran is mined out in his base, but he has killed Protoss' expansion, and he will soon kill the robotics facility, and Protoss won't have Reavers or won't have. Where's his Dragoon going? And Protoss won't have Reavers or Shadow or Observers. But no, he saves his robotics facility. That is very, very critical. He needs to pick up. Very good. And he needs to drop it somewhere. Well, not there. Mini saw that there was a Goliath and submarine, so it's time for him to safely back out. But he maximized the damage he can make, and he needs to run. Very, very good run, and these vultures find this new base easily, and they might even be able to force a cancel because 5 vultures hammering on a that's a lot of High Templars. The question is, how does Mini use them? How does Mini use them? That's the question, because if you're not careful and you don't have good micro, they are going to get destroyed during the heat of the battle, or get picked up by the vultures when they do run-bys at your expansion, etc. So now I think Mini needs to focus on establishing his 4th base, because now they are even on bases. Both of the players have 3 bases. Yes, this base is force cancelling, and the question is Protoss going to be able to kill all of the vultures? That's gonna question remain to be seen. Vultures are trying to run away, but very, very skillful. Terran just have 1 mining bases left, guys, but he's repairing hard on his unit. He's being cheap or being economical. And Protoss takes 2 bases, and those High Templars in the expansion, are they going to be saved? Okay, at least these Zealots are blocking the path, and one Zealot is clearing out the mines. I think at this point, Mini should use the Shadow to transfer in probes and not, you know, just A-move them, because I guess not A-move, but you know, just move them with the mouse, because you know, there's so much stuff in the middle. There's vultures, there are mines that could be kind of easy over here. Just take 1 Shadow, drop your whatever you have in the Shadow, transfer the probes, and then come back. This is what I would often do because you have Shadow speed. So you know, you just waste maybe 20 seconds max if you micro correctly and if you pay attention. So you'll be able to get back in time for the next battle, I think. Another dropship. Okay, so this floating command center is going for the center base. Yeah, this is what Terran often do in tight economic games, guys. That one dropship is going for the 12 o'clock base, and the question is, does Protoss anything to defend? Protoss has 1, 2, 3 cannons, so there was no tank. So Protoss is going to be able to clear out this. Good to kill out that dropship, so there will be no more dropship, and Mini is happy to keep this base here. And I think it will be difficult for Terran to attack that base because it's, you know, he needs to cross this no man's land, and Protoss will be defending that place with his life. But Terran moves out anyways. Terran's forces is kind of thin in this exchange, and look at that, 10 hard Templars. I've never seen that many high Templars. If Terran knows and finds a way to destroy them before the battle begins, that's gonna be awesome. But Terran is so focused on defending his fourth expansion right now. I remember there was one game between Best and the Terran player where Best, the Protoss players, took the middle base. You know, he just put everything on the line in that middle base, and he won that game. That was very interesting. But normally it is not the Terran that goes for it's not the Protoss that go for the middle base, it's the Terran. And Terran is a little bit trying to push forward, but he's got to be careful because there are no turrets. Goliaths are good, but Goliaths don't auto-focus on these shuttles. So we need to be careful. One drop, one more storm. Very good, well, decent storm. Also, he needs to have some army at the high ground. He doesn't have any army on this 12 o'clock high ground, and that is a critical mistake because he can just, you know, easily come down with Zealots or something like that. Yeah, exactly like what he's doing now. These tanks are moving forward. Is he going to unsiege on time? He doesn't unsiege, and there's a good storm, another good storm, please, and kills a bunch of tanks and vultures, and he needs to pick up the vultures. No, he doesn't pick up the vultures, but he is using his high ground advantage so well. There was one game in KCM between Light and Snow where Snow just used high ground advantage so well, and he's able to cast a lot of storms from the high ground. Why is that an advantage? Because when you are on the high ground as a High Templar, your enemy cannot one-shot the High Templars. They need 2 shots. And what is this? How this base just had like 7 probes. I think like Mini stopped paying attention or something like that. He needs to produce more shuttles. He needs to have. Oh my god, that. Yes, you need to move. Come on, storm the tank. He has no energy or what? One more storm. But that tank has very good the matrix on him, and that tank survives forever. And now it dies, and this base is evacuated. Protoss is trading well. Protoss is using a lot of high gas units to trade for Terran, and he is going for counter attack. But I think this is a mistake. Well, his observer sees everything, so the observer is going to be able to tell him what is the best decision to take, and Terran needs to think about his 4th base, guys, because Protoss is trading gas for minerals, and at this point of the game it's okay because Terran is short on minerals, and Protoss is gonna come in. I think he's gonna drop first. He's gonna drop and clear out the mines and clear out the tank. Exactly. This one clears out the mine, the other one clears out the tanks, and now Protoss is coming in, and Terran has a lot of army. But look at this storm, storming the army in the back, and Terran says, "F it, I'm moving out. I don't care if you take my base. I'm gonna go and do something else." I think that's what he needs to do. Yeah. His entire army is going to the left side of the map. Is he going to go left and up or left and down? We'll see. Left and down. That is his decision. So he's going to take this base and he's going to try to count on the Protoss' 7 o'clock expansion. That is probably a good decision, except the army meets in the middle. And where is the Protoss storm? And one EMP is going to destroy the Protoss dream. One more storm, very good, and if it was me, I would just move this HT to the corner and try to save them. And Terran has established his 3rd base over here. And is Protoss gonna rebuild his base at the 12 o'clock? Yes, yeah, exactly, that's what he does. And he's moving in to corner the Terran and just to surround Terran in various locations. If he can cut the Terran just right off his expansion, that is gonna be very good. And look at this. What is that bunch of Protoss army moving into the Terran's 2nd base? What are these 2 tanks doing? Just moving, but you see, yeah, Protoss is cutting off the Terran's reinforcement, and they need to storm. Where are the storms? Storm! He doesn't need to storm because his armies is overpowered. Protoss is overpowering Terran, and we need a good storm. Storm on the SCV is good. One more storm on the SCV. One more storm on the SCV. And I think the game is nearing its end, guys. Royo should GG. I guess Royo says, you know, I can clear out this base so I can survive for a bit longer. So, but we'll see. At least Protoss, the Dragoons need to focus fire. The Dragoon needs to focus firing on that command center. He needs to kill this command center. This Terran have got a command center because his base is, his main is lifted. He has one command center somewhere at the top 12 o'clock position. Or is that a barracks? I don't know. But he doesn't have SCV either. Those two Dragoon needs to focus fire on that command center, not the SCV. This command center is floating over. Okay, that is just a barracks, guys. If now Terran sends some force to the 12 o'clock to destroy and to kill some probes, that'll be good. But these armies is stuck here. This army, what are they going to do? Are they going to try to attack the 9 o'clock position, or what? Now Protoss is also needs to make some decision. Is he going to move all of his armies to the 3 o'clock just to deny this expansion? If he does, he will be able to starve out the Terran's economy. But Terran is going for the counter attack. The Terran is going to attack the 9 o'clock? Is that what the Terran is going to do? Storm from the low ground, very good. One more storm would do the justice that he needs. One more storm to kill out this Goliath, very good. 2 Goliaths are hit by the storm. So many High Templars. So one more storm, and I think the game should be decided. No, storming the Vultures, and then he needs to morph those guys together to get High Templars, because Terran doesn't have science vessels, so he cannot EMP these players. And it's moving in one more storm. He has just a ton of storm, and this Dragoon is gonna block the path, and they need to storm the tank that is coming. So it looks like and Royal GG. That was a crazy game. I couldn't breathe, guys. And looks like who is the winner? Mini has won, and Carariyo takes the first game in this series 1-0. Thanks, and see you in a few minutes for the next game. Bye bye.